For sure. And then let's talk Rangers. There's reports of a U.S. company being interested in buying Rangers for 150 million pounds. Those have now been dismissed. Would the club be worth that much? Where do you see their valuation?
Well, I've seen two reports, two different US groups. One certainly has dismissed it themselves, and the second one is still flying around in the ether. Um, Rangers, well, look, I don't know where to start. I mean, after the weekend, they had another, obviously a very poor Old Firm result, and it vindicated everything I've been saying for the last few weeks, that this is a club that needs to be in a rebuilding phase. And certainly a new ownership group, I think, would be very important in that. In terms of the 150 million mark, if you think back, Bournemouth basically went for about 125, 130 million. So in that sense, Rangers is a much bigger club than Bournemouth in terms of fan numbers around the world and the global appeal. Somebody could see Rangers as a way with almost a guaranteed Champions League place every year by coming at least second in the SPL. So, there is an upside, but there's also the problem of the Rangers sort of mentality and what is demanded. Now, I've already seen fans asking for any new buyers to come in must be fans of the club. I think that's the most dangerous thing. I think what you want is some proper professional people to really pick up the assets at Rangers and do it properly. It does need, at least 5 or 6 new players of a very high quality to try and compete with Celtic. But then again, as I say, if you get into Champions League and you do qualify for those group stages, then you're looking at a return on your investment quite quickly. And I think the Rangers brand merchandise globally is still a very appealing one, and there is a big commercial upside still to be done. But it would take a new mindset, it would take rebuilding, and I hope there is somebody out there who can do that. The question mark is Scottish football attractive enough? But, with Rangers, as I say, and a European pass pretty much guaranteed every year, you've got to believe that could be. And at 150 million, I still think that's possibly, I think you could do a deal that would give some extra bonus money based on results and European qualifications. So you might come in with something, I think maybe even 100, 120, and give an extra bonus if they do the extra yards and qualify for the big competitions. Somebody could strike a very good deal, but it would take a real professional group to come in and, as I say, completely rebuild Rangers in terms of many areas of the club. But it is an attractive situation. There is an upside, but at the moment, there isn't.
And if a U.S. company were to come in and purchase Rangers, could we see a Todd Bowley light situation, for lack of a better term, where they really make some massive investment into the squad and try to create take young players, sell them for more, basically treat the club as a true asset?
Yes, that's exactly the situation I'd be thinking of, is a Todd Bowley light sort of situation where you'd get a smaller private equity group that would come in. Look, there is still, historically, Scottish talent has always been there. There still is a big market for Scottish talent. Celtic have shown that they can do well with bringing international players in from overseas and then resell them as well. Celtic is a very, very healthy balance sheet right now, and they're looking very well with the Champions League to look forward to this year and a reasonably easy fixture list. Rangers, have now got that problem that they're now going to be out of it. But that also, for a buyer, is the opportunity. Now is the time to strike. And I think the board that's there right now have shown that they haven't got the deep pockets to do this. So really, it's under their responsibility to try and find that buyer and to move the club forward in some way and to step aside. I've heard that there are 2 of the major shareholders prepared to step aside and to do that. So let's hope Rangers do find somebody that's got the deep pockets. But it is going to be a lot to turn it round. But it can be done. It's been done before. And Rangers is a big organisation, and it is an asset that can be turned round. And of course, we've got things still floating around like Super Leagues and those sort of things where Rangers and Celtic would probably be considered. So at some stage, somebody will pick up this club and do it properly.
And I think for good reason in a lot of places, but sometimes not. Fans of football in the United Kingdom have been wary of American ownership. Would Rangers fans feel the same way, or do you think they should be excited about the potential of American ownership?
Look, I've dealt with international owners myself, and I was always asked, for instance, Chinese owners, are they terrible? Well, the thing is, you can't generalise. I mean, there are good American owners and there are bad American owners. I look at Liverpool and I saw Hicks and Gillette, who were a disaster, and now you got Fenway Sports, who are doing a decent job. So you can never generalise. And I say there are some great American owners and some very smart ones. The ones who listen and actually use their ears rather than have their egos at the front. If they're clever and they listen to the right people, and they bring people, with experience in football on board to help them, then yes, the American group are great because they have access to capital, which is one of the key things. But they've got to do it properly, and there's no need to go mad, but you've got to do it wisely, and that's what it's all about. And hopefully not doing a Todd Bowley, to be honest. I think a Todd Bowley light in many ways would be helpful for Rangers.
100%. Well, Keith, thank you so much. A lot of great information as always, and excited to chat again next week.
Thanks, Will. Look forward to it, and we'll see what comes up. It's international break, which normally means, while there won't be much on the pitch, there'll be a lot going on behind the scenes. As everybody, gets their time to go away on holiday, but their mobile phones are ringing and deals will be getting done. So we'll report back when we see you next time.
Sounds good.